Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I'm ready to do my first of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. I'm not starting with day one because the way I'm doing it is I'm getting the pictures that I have and then finding a sketch from the 30 different sketches that will work. So this is day 9 sketch. It is the woven one by Joanna Goulding. It's got 3 strips of 2 different kinds of paper, a couple of photos, embellishments in a diagonal. My title is going to be Family Feast. I have this very old crate paper collection. I don't know if it was a collection or just a bunch of random paper. I don't think they're from the same collection. I am going to trim these photos out because I don't necessarily want them. Maybe I'll wait and see if they can be stacked, because this is them sitting and then this is the food that they selected. I have some embellishments. We'll set those aside. I have all of these stickers and things for embellishments. I have some alphas, and then I have these 2 papers. I did some sketching of my own to figure out what size the strip should be, and I liked the look of 2-inch strips. 1.5 or 1 3/4 would work too, but you'd have a lot more empty space. So I am going to, and they have very nice, I did not cut that straight at all in any way. Let's see if I can get it a little straighter, even if it means it's a little less than, there we go, 12 inches. So that's my base page, and we're going to do it horizontal stripes. And then I'm going to cut 2-inch strips from each of these. And I don't think direction is going to matter on this. First of all, this is wavy. I don't need a wavy edge. But we want 2 inches. It sounds big, but it will work. I laid it out just on PowerPoint, or you can use Canva, and just did it proportional to see what it would look like with 2-inch versus 1.5-inch strips. So this is what I have selected. That might make a nice journal box if I need it. All right, so I've got those 3 strips, and let's do 3 strips of this. I'm going to take the branding strip off first, and then I don't think it matters directionally. So if I do, it doesn't make any difference, does it? Oh, so I'm doing 2-inch strips. All right, so I've gone ahead and sped up the rest of the video. This page did not take me long at all. It's amazing what happens when you work with a sketch and you do just a little bit of pre-planning with a page kit. I think 37 minutes beginning to end, which for me is really fast. I know some of y'all do pages even faster than that, but I'm slow. I'm methodical. I hem and haw a lot over pages, and it takes me a while to make decisions. But I'm really, really pleased. This was I think, a high impact but simple page to do. And you could adapt this to a variety of photos and sizes. So I'm really pleased with this day 9 sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life. What a neat and interesting idea. So I'm looking right now, I'm going through and deciding on some paper to mat. And rather than pulling out a new sheet of paper, I'm going to use some scraps. And this paper is actually textured. It's very fibrous. It's like it's got little waves and stuff in it. And I thought that was an interesting texture to add, especially with the woven pattern. It's a little bit like material. So this gets a little fuzzy when you cut it. I've had this paper for years. I use it a lot on water layouts and stuff like that. But it pulled out that dark blue from the one pattern and really helped emphasize the photos. And I am going to go ahead and make a little bit of a journal box, and I'm trying to decide what I want that journal box to look like. And just so we can talk about that, they flew in, and 2 of the girls were sort of last minute flights. They just decided they didn't want to miss the fun of the weekend and flew in kind of last minute. So that was really exciting. And at this point we had one girl who got in really late that night. So I'm going to use these stickers, and I do need to go, I forgot to do that. I need to go back and glue those alphas down because they aren't super sticky. So I need to go add. So here I'm just adding, I start out just adding tape top and bottom for the strips. I do add a little bit more for some of them, but it should hold, honestly. So there, I'm just adding, and I'm just using this Creative Memories mat to get the measurements and the spacing correct. So I'm doing 1.5 inches from top, bottom, and sides, and then that leaves 1.5 inches space between the strips as well. So very even, symmetrical. But then by putting the photos not in the middle, it really helps create balance. And so the title is Family Feast. And at this point I'm like, oh, that feast is not going to fit. So we're going to scrunch things up. And my favorite way to scrunch things up is to go high, low, high, low, high, low. And then you can really fit the letters closer together and still have them legible. And then it doesn't matter if they're not exactly straight. Sorry, I'm getting loved on by my puppy here. If you hear smoochy noises. So I'm pulling out, I had pulled out this taco. It's from a embellishment share swap. And we were eating at Papacitos, a local delicious Mexican Tex-Mex restaurant. So I'm going for the taco theme. I believe in the sketch they had hearts, but we're eating, so we're not doing hearts. We're doing food. Just for those couple of things and a couple of soda bottles. And a few little wordy bits, even though it's not my daughter's preference. She thinks wordy bits are silly, but I don't. These will not be their final resting place for some of these things. I'm just auditioning stuff at the moment. And I use repositionable tape, so even if they're stuck down, they may move. And I decided I need to ink this. That white is pretty harsh. And so adding just a little bit of brown ink helps tie it in with this more rustic, distressed looking papers. And then I'm just looking at this cutout sheet and just looking for additional elements. At the end, after I filmed, I ended up removing all of these elements because the sheet gets just really unwieldy because of all the blank spaces that I've already used up, and I just put everything in a little acetate envelope. Easier to manage in the future. And I end up not using all of these items, but I'm just looking for a few things on here that might work. I don't think I ended up using any of the stickers from this. There's some neat things though and easy to use. Oh, there was one sticker that I pulled. And it says, "So cute." Then I did think about using some of these border stickers. And I even tried using this one. And it's too busy. With all this busy paper, I put it there, and then I'm like, I don't need that. I just don't need it. It doesn't help. I didn't need it. The title is encompassed by that paper, so I didn't feel like it was totally floating. It had the bottom of the paper. So moving some stuff around, and I end up taking that little banner off, putting it back on the sheet. Here I go. I'm like, nope, it's just not working. It gets lost. It doesn't stand out. It's not really adding to the feel of it. And my last step, I'm just going to add some gold Nuvo drops. So keeping it relatively simple. And we'll do some close-ups. Please give this video a thumbs up. Go join Christy's Beautiful Life over on Facebook. There's a PDF of all of the sketches, and join us. As I said, my sketch is day 14. I'd love to see what you do with it. Thanks a lot, y'all.